Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? What is up? Welcome back to the Brad and Avery Hour mini cast. Brad Bartko, Avery Lewis McDougall, and we are joined by the head coach of the Edmonton Stingers, Mr. Jermaine Small, and now let me say before that, CEBL champion head coach Jermaine Small. How's that sound, Coach?
It sounds really good, man. I mean, after last year and waiting that whole year to win it this year, it's very satisfying. And I'm just happy for the guys. They put a lot of hard work in, and now we call ourselves champions.
Coach, how weird was this year? You were kind of in a bubble in Ontario, no fans. Kind of just with the team, and I'm sure it was a great bonding moment. But can you walk us through just kind of that experience with no fans, and then of course coming home with a championship?
Yeah, I mean, weird's a good word for it. It was definitely, and initially I was even trying to wrap my head around coaching with with no fans, so I could only imagine playing. But I mean, first and foremost, the way to look at it was, or the way I looked at it was like, at least we're playing. You know what I mean? And for me personally, it was to get to see the guys again, and work with them, and laugh with them, and see them get better. But yeah, well, it was weird, but the good thing is the CBL, the plan that they laid out for us, the contingency plan. It was matched. It was exactly how they said it would be. All the health, all the protocols were put into place and so forth. And yeah, I mean, after like a couple of games, you don't even notice no fans. You're just coaching and playing basketball. So though it was weird at the beginning, just like anything else, it took time to adjust. And I thought once we adjusted, we started playing better.
Of course, and this is a tournament in which your first game you played against Further Valley, and they're the only team to score 100 points on you. What did it mean to see this team overcome that game, lock things down, and rest of the way be by far the best team in this tournament?
Yeah, I mean, that, and I take full responsibility of that. We weren't as good at defensively as we needed to be and had been in the past. And the fact that they had 100 points, like that was fresh in my, I couldn't sleep that night knowing that they scored 113 points. But you know what? I mean, I told them after the game, I said, look, it's a marathon. It's either you win or you learn, and we got to learn quickly. Like, we don't have no time to hang our heads or feel sorry for ourselves, and especially no one's going to feel sorry for us. So, I mean, we learned really quick. We're able to adapt, and that loss made us hungry.
Hey, Coach, I mean, Avery and I were around when you took over the head coaching duties last year, and it seemed to me, I mean, watching from the sidelines, that the team bought in right away. Obviously, you were part of the coaching staff to begin with, and then you took over head coaching duties. What was can we go back for a minute and just what was your message to the players when you took over, and then obviously now, I mean, your first full season as head coach, and you win a title?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely adjustment. And first and foremost, I want to give credit to Coach Barnaby Craddock. I mean, he put the majority of this roster together, and it was a damn good roster. I mean, it was a challenging time when I stepped in because Moon was hurt, and he went back home, and then Travis and just kind of got there, and we're trying to get him acclimated to our group. So it was a challenging time. But my message was this: I was just like, guys, like, it's the summer, let's get better. Especially the Canadian guys, like, this league, it's new. It's never, like, the opportunity to play in front of family and friends it's a great opportunity while you get paid. So for me, it was just like, look, let's make the most of it. Let's get better game by game, and let's win some games with that. So, I mean, and then when we fast forward to this year, I mean, the biggest part was bringing the core back. And it wasn't, in all honesty, I was just, like, convincing too much. I mean, I remember Moon asking me, he was like, Coach, are you coming back? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, I'm coming back too. And a lot of the conversations was like that. So fortunately, I didn't have to do too much convincing. Guys wanted to come back. Guys love living in the city. Guys love playing for the city. And I think it showed on the court that how close we are as we're like a family.
Now, of course, you mentioned his core and other few guys. One thing with the CEBL is that this league has been promoting Canadian talent playing and getting minutes. And you saw in this tournament, you saw guys like Brody Clark playing well, Mami Diawara. You saw Matthew Kamba step up. Like, what does it mean to see these guys who are Canadians stepping up for you in big clutch moments, and not just being the typical, oh, they're going to play 5 minutes and that's it. What does it mean to see these guys be big role players and scoring in big time during this tournament all summer long, Jermaine?
Well, that's a big reason we're good is because everyone accepted their role or carved out their own role. You know, like it's not like I had, I sat everybody down and gave them a role and this is what we need to do. I mean, guys, the good thing about our guys, they all of them would sacrifice and do what it takes to win. So it made it easier for me. And no, I mean, the youth sport talent, I'm a big believer in it. And especially, knowing coaching it for quite a while and, more guys are playing the FIBA game, which translates to what we do. And, I mean, yeah, it felt good that our depth, like any game, and it showed that we had maybe 4 or 3 different player of the games, and it speaks to our depth. So, I mean, the Canadian talent, I think we do have the collection of the best Canadian talent, and especially, they're just easy to coach. They're selfless guys, and once again, they do whatever it takes to win.
Coach, how do you move forward now from here? I mean, you've won now. You obviously the goal is to repeat and get back to where you are. But what's kind of the offseason look for you? And obviously, as we already said, it was a weird year. It might be a weird start to next year. We don't know if there's going to be a bubble, if there's going to be fans. Like we don't really know. So how do you really game plan for something like that moving into next year?
Yeah, no, there's challenges, right? And for me personally, like I just like to focus on what I can control. I mean, the world right now, as we know, like there's a lot of different things that are uncontrollable, and we're all kind of hoping and praying that it gets back to normal or whatever the new normal looks like. But for me, I mean, the biggest thing right now for me is to get guys, for their next job and they can keep getting better and obviously make some money and keep them engaged and then keep them, just trying to get better. Because the thing about our team, especially, I'm pretty sure we're the youngest team in the league. Which with Jordan probably being our oldest guy, he probably doesn't want to hear that right now, but that's that. But at the same time, like, yeah, I mean, our core guys all want to come back and repeat. I mean, a big part of it is that people forget, like Marlon Johnson was part of this roster as well. And I spoke to him. I spoke to him right after our game, and he's looking forward to coming next year as well. So for me, it's like, our young guys we have a lot of guys that are just going into becoming pros, like Brody and Sasha Capos, and then we have guys like Mabi that's just the 1-year pro. So for me, it's going to be, tracking them, helping them get the next best job in Europe for them or wherever it may be, and just keep growing this and keeping them engaged and wanting to come back and be Stingers.
Of course, for yourself, man. I know you're from Ontario, where the basketball culture is very in depth, be it in youth sports, be it in the NBA, be it in high school level. But what was it like for yourself, coming to Alberta and seeing the Expo Center in year 1 be packed, but also seeing the local fans watching on TV and seeing the Stingers being on the front page of Edmonton Journal, because Edmonton is showing that the culture for basketball here in 2020 is growing even more.
Yeah, I mean, I've learned about it very quickly after, being there last summer. I lived in Edmonton in the spring when this kind of hit. I was living in Edmonton, and obviously now, I'm going to be the coach of Lethbridge. Like, basketball is prominent in Alberta. It's growing quickly, and whether it's in Lethbridge, whether it's in Calgary, whether it's in Edmonton, like, there's a lot of schools, obviously, being the U of A with Barnaby, and Calgary won a championship not too long ago, and Lethbridge, I call it mini Hoosiers. Like, the basketball is prominent. So there's lots of talent. And I think that is showing on our roster that, we had a pretty good blend. Even though I'm from Ontario, like my mandate in my head was like, go get all Ontario guys to play in that, in Edmonton. It was, I wanted a good blend of guys, and it showed with, we have Matthew and Jordan from Alberta. I mean, obviously Brody played the U of A, and, I got a couple kids from Cal, and Cream stuff was like he's in California. So we had guys from everywhere. And I think that's a testament to, these guys. These guys just came in, grew, were tight on and off the court, and it showed us and how we played, and it obviously resulted to winning the championship.
Of course, Jermaine. Last question for you. I know the trophy is now in the possession of the Stingers basketball team, so I want to ask you, where are you going to do with the trophy? Where's the trophy going to? Is it going to family? Is it going to friends? Where's the trophy going to in your world?
In my world, I mean, to me, it's got to go to the city of Edmonton, man. I mean, the fans, we couldn't have done it without, especially that run we had last year. Like I said before, the fans, they felt like a sixth man. But no, I definitely think the city of Edmonton deserves it. I think the trophy should be staying there, and it should be enjoyed by all the fans and just Stinger Nation all together.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Jermaine. Thanks for doing this again. Hopefully in 2021 we can do this again back at the Expo Center, because we missed being around you and the team back in Edmonton, man.
Well, hey, thanks for all the support. It definitely doesn't go unnoticed, and we felt it all the way in St. Catharines. And once again, we won that championship for the city, and I'm gonna say this is only the beginning. There's more to come.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks so much, Coach.